You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
Case of Lopez versus Carvajal.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Miss Lopez, you are here today because you claim the defendant, Mr. Carvajal, allegedly perpetuated a DNA testing scam and to try to deny paternity of your kids. You say that you are tired of struggling daily to take care of your children alone, and you need to prove him he's their biological father today of Alana and Noah. Now, Mr. C, you say that the plaintiff has left your life in ruins, and by fraudulently claiming that you are the father of both of her children. You argue you did not perpetuate a DNA testing scam and are here today but to prove it. Now, your sister is also here for moral support. Okay, Mrs. C, take us back.
You meet
each other.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out.
Because we're trying to figure out why was there a doubt in the first place.
She told me to come see me, for the weekend or just one night. So I want to go see her. And that day that I want to go see her, we basically have sex that first night.
It was not.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was the first night. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Yeah, whatever.
Ms. Lopez, you meet and you start a relationship. You're having sex, unprotected sex. How do we find out to the point that you're pregnant and there's a question regarding to the paternity?
Your Honor, after I found out I was pregnant, he did not have anything to say. We talked later, and he was still in shock, telling me that he didn't want to have a baby with someone he did not love.
Hold on. So at the time, you told him you're pregnant. He didn't seem to be in that infused.
No, he was not.
Was there any other person you were having sex with at the time? We need to clarify. You're the mother of the two children. But there is a doubt as to the paternity both of the children. And that's what you would contend, Mrs. C? Let's start with your daughter that's 2 years old, Aliana. So you will claim that the defendant was the only person that you're with and during the time that she was conceived.
All she's doing this because she wants our money. She knows
I don't care about money,
my
okay?
family has money, and she knows I don't work.
I don't care about money,
work,
Your Honor.
right?
Growing up, I did not have a father, and I did not want my daughter growing up without a father. It hurts me to know that she does not have him around. He says he's the father. He even has her name tattooed on his arm. He was there.
You have her name.
And you have your name on tattoo on your arm, even though you doubt that.
When she was first born, I was attached to her. I was really attached to her.
Okay, so were you attached to her? Then why doubt? But what made you doubt?
No, there was another man. She showed my sister Miriam.
He was a friend of mine.
Guy, and my sister took picture of her phone. He was because that guy looked exactly like.
So you were showing pictures in your phone of guy to your sister, and she came across a picture that she felt just like Aliana. Okay, all you got a picture of is on a cell phone. This guy looks just like my niece. I don't think my brother's the father. And what doubt do you have? Did you witness? Do you hear about sleeping with other people?
My family was, when they were born, they didn't know nothing like this. My mom and my dad were saying that they had nothing related to us.
All right, so these are the doubts as it relates to Aliana. Let me understand the doubts as it relates to Noah. What doubts do you ever have?
Well, when he was first born, she didn't let me sign his birth certificate. I didn't even sign his birth certificate. Why wouldn't she let me? She's saying I'm the father. Why couldn't I sign a birth certificate?
Because you weren't there from the beginning.
I was there.
I was there when they both were born.
Hold on, let's get some order. Hold on, Miss Avila, please stand up. Stand up for a minute. What is it you like to add? They're saying that they were at the hospital, and you say that they weren't.
I was there when Aliana was born, when she was being pulled out of my daughter. Second time around, he wasn't there either for the Noah's birth.
I was there for Noah's birth. I was there for both babies.
Why could I be?
Why
is it
Why
because
you
you
were
could
never
not-
I was
around?
gonna
You
go. I
changed
was
your
going.
phone number.
What is it
What is it about this handsome young man that you doubt that he's your son?
I'm light skinned, Your Honor.
He looks just like
Your
his grandpa.
dad is dark.
His
That
dad
doesn't
is
mean
dark.
anything. That doesn't mean
My
anything.
Yes,
little
you're-
boy, my little grandson, looks just like your
No,
dad.
no, he
Yes,
Because there
he
are
does.
He
pictures.
doesn't. No,
There's
he doesn't.
pictures
Yes.
that we
No.
looked side by side.
Yes,
He looks
he
like
did.
your dad. You may be light complected,
So
but
why
your
was he
dad
born?
is
Why was he
dark.
born
He
with the
looks a
cleft
lot
lip?
like that guy
Why was
that
he born with the
Your
cleft
Honor,
lip?
I
That
do
has
not.
nothing to do with genes
My
from you
my
guys.
family does not have
Your
a
Honor.
history of cleft lip.
It doesn't
Well, you
matter.
can't
Whether it's
let
my
me
mom
listen.
or my
Listen. Let's get some order, please. So you have an issue regarding the fact that he has a sibling. You say that nobody in your family has been born with that, so you believe it's not
He
yours.
also sent me a picture of a man holding my baby. So
Well, how do you know that? Wait a minute.
Your Honor,
why would she send that?
Why would she send that? Hold on. So Miss Lopez, you send him a picture
someone else holding a
of somebody else holding a child that you said was his.
Possibly to man up and take care of his responsibilities. I did not meet up with my ex until a month before I had my daughter. I had no sexual contact with my ex or anybody else but your brother, Christina.
That was too soon, though.
It was not too soon.
The time that you sent us that picture, you were already pregnant with Noah.
Yes.
And that guy looks exactly like Noah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Hold on, Miss Carver.
Hold on, Miss C. Let me understand what you are just stating. State it again,
When this
please.
picture was sent, it was probably she was pregnant already. And this guy looks exactly like Noah.
Your Honor, I was already pregnant with
It's a
my
big,
son when my
dark
daughter
man
was
and-
holding.
She said she got pregnant in November when I seen her in December.
I was not pregnant in November, okay? I did not
She
do
came to
anything with
visit.
nobody.
She came to
So
visit
you
to my
believe-
house.
So you believe that she was already pregnant. Were you intimate with anybody else?
I was not.
Mr. Carbajal, do you even believe that you were the only man that she was having sex with?
I had sex the first night I seen her.
It was
She
not
did
the
the
first
same
night.
thing with any other guy because we met off of social network.
So, Ms. Lopez, what do you have to say to that?
You would have to
I
get
did not
pregnant
have
in
sex with
November.
anybody
In
else.
November for maybe.
No, I did not have sex with anybody else.
If you
If you want more episodes of Attorney Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Five Below is your basket bursting $1 to $5 Easter shop with all.
Ms. Lopez, you say that the defendant perpetuated a DNA testing scam, and so he could get out to taking care of the kids.
He did a paternity test that we bought from the store. I did not know about it until he gave me the results.
So you took it at a home DNA test.
Bought it off the counter. They came with swabbing things.
Okay, so when it came up with all of the utensils and everything you needed,
Did the swabbing. I swabbed my lips. I swabbed the kids' lips, and then we basically did the paperwork and we sent them in.
okay, let me ask you this. And including the paperwork, do you have to include the photo ID?
No idea.
No ID. So no ID to identify which kids,
Swabbing, or just put the name of the father
And you,
kids.
and you write that name in.
The names are wrong on there. My daughter's name is spelled wrong.
It was the
I
kids.
do not know if
It was the kids. It was the kids.
I was
My
not
mom
there.
was there. She knows what
I
she
was
did.
not there.
You think my mom's
You
gonna
guys
spend
were
money
there.
on
I
that?
wasn't there.
Hold on one second. Does anybody have proof on these names? Jerome, can you hand us that, please? Thank you. Let's see what you got here. So here are the results of the test. But I don't even see any identification, no need for a witness signature, and you say one of the names is spelled wrong. And so, Miss Lopez, you're saying that this test is fraudulent?
I was not there to witness it. I was just there to get the results. They did it without me knowing. They could have swabbed anybody. I was not there
My
to.
mom was there. My mom was there as a witness. Me and my mom were there. We swabbed them, me and the kids, both of the kids.
But
nothing.
But there's nothing sworn. Do you have a statement from your mom? I'm just saying. It's a lacking certain identification that you will use to determine, to be making sure that these children are the children that were swapped, that even you were the person. And that was, I understand, but you get what we are saying, don't you? And so now we have administered a new test because the bottom line is we cannot accept the results of that home test. And we're ready for the results. Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Lopez versus Cabajal, when it comes to 2-year-old Alana Lopez Cabajal, and it has been determined by this court that Mr. Cabajal, when it comes to 2-year-old Aliana Lopez Cabajal, and Mr. Cabajal, you are not her father. I am very, very sorry, and I know that was even not the news you wanted or expected. Okay, now we have the answers for Atlanta. We still have to get Noah's.
We spent a lot of money to do those tests.
You guys should have told us what you were
You think
going to do.
you think you guys were going to let us do it? No.
We would have let you do it.
I would have let you do it. Yeah,
You would never do
I
that.
wanted to be there when you guys did it.
Gabriella told him,
She
if you
wouldn't
want to
let them-
do it, let's do it. Let's do the
I
swap.
told you I wanted to
Well, it
be
happened.
there.
It happened already. I'm sorry.
You know what?
You know what? We have the results now from a laboratory conducted DNA test, and you're sitting up here still arguing about a home DNA test. And now I know that y'all don't even have no sense. You're just even looking for something to argue about. You're just even looking for something to say. What you need to be talking about is that lie that you told saying that you weren't sleeping with nobody else. But suddenly on the relevant of the subjects, we're silent. So I will ask you again. Were you sleeping with anybody else besides Mr. Cabajal at the time?
One, Your Honor.
Which one?
It's not the one in the picture.
Obviously,
No, it's not, Christina.
Miss Lopez, you stood in this courtroom and lied. You lied.
You ruined my brother's life.
She ruined my life.
You know you lied. Yeah, and I know, and you know what? I knew you was a liar.
Thank you.
I knew it. I knew it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But I could have taken this home and the test that they performed as evidence. But you're welcome, Mr. and Mrs. C. Because it did not have the certain pieces to the evidence that we will need to show that was valid, so we have to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you kept yap. But every time we would ask you a question. But you didn't even get a great answer that you wanted either. But you also answered everybody else's questions.
I don't know what to say.
Now is one thing that you lied. Is another thing that you set up here and lied in court. You stood up there and tried to make their entire family looking like they were the people that they were wrong. And when you knew, even your mother didn't even know. You knew you were the one that was wrong. Now put your hand down and then look at me, because you don't get into the boo-boo cry mode either.
You don't even
You're
talk.
learning.
You're learning a valuable lesson right now. Mr. Cabajal, quiet. We're trying to talk to you. Because this is going to be a learning day for you. Because you can only lie so long, honey. There's a phrase that says, if it don't come out of the wash, it's coming in the what?
The dry.
It's going to come out. Eventually.
And that, look,
Look, and you're still side talking.
He keeps talking to me. I do not want to hear him. I really don't.
But
And can you understand why he's mad?
Yes, I do.
If you put me in a position, I would have a few things to say to you too. And you're the one that said you never slept with anybody else. I asked that question at least 5 times in 5 different ways. Are you sure? Are you sure? You know, at least the majority of mothers that will appear before me, and I will say, and they'll say, you know what, Your Honor, I did the wrong thing, I did, and I really don't even know. But you didn't give us that much truth to work with. Why did you lie?
Really wrong of me to lie because
No, finish the sentence. Finish it. You lied, but why?
they did have resemblance to his family.
And so am I hearing that you lied because you wanted to be desperately that they were his?
Yes.
And so you lied because you just didn't even want to face the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you were willing but to make him live out the lie, their whole family, so you wouldn't even have to face your lie. Your lie.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now it's like a fundamentally unfair. Do you understand that?
Yes,
You guys are like straight to judge, huh?
Let's go to the next result, please. This next DNA results are prepared for DNA diagnostics, and they read as follows one more time. In the case of Lopez versus Carbajal, as it pertains to 1-year-old Noah Lopez Carbajal. Let's go to the next result. In the case of Lopez versus Carbajal, as it pertains to 1-year-old Noah Lopez Carbajal. Mr. Carbajal, you are not Noah's father.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Lopez, I also thought I realized that you were even playing a real game of chess, but the DNA is not a game. You played a game so hard, you played it for yourself, Missy. And you may be able to manipulate a man or 2 men, but the DNA does not even lie, sweetheart. You played a game so hard, you played it yourself, Miss Lopez. So what do you got to say for yourself? Huh? Hey, why have you been lying to him that there is kids and when they're not? Who you been sleeping with?
You know how much that's gonna hurt my mom?
Yes, I do. Your mom cried in front of me.
Sorry, Your Honor, I have nothing to say. Read this in stock.
Ms. Lopez, now you're like 2 people's mother. Do you know who their fathers are or not? Is it the same person or 2 different fathers?
2. But I know who they are.
Okay. I don't even know if you're telling the truth right now. Because you only know the truth, and I will leave you with this cautionary tale. And if the mother is a deadbeat liar like the way you are, what would the children be? Answer me.
Possibly the same.
Yes, take that with you and learn from that, okay? We hope you learn your lesson for lying today in this courtroom, and we wish you the best of luck. Take advantage of the counseling and the resources that we have for you in this courtroom. And if you need us, we'll be here, and we're going to be helping you out. Court is adjourned.
From here, I'm just going to stop bothering him. I am going to do whatever I have to do to support my kids on my own.